So here we go. Welcome back to another edition of Game Day. I'm inside a silent and empty Portman Road as I speak, but a bumper crowd is expected as Town take on Oxford United in League One. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be some great atmosphere, hopefully a good game, although the last time I played Oxford, it's been goalless draws and a 1-0 defeat, but it should be an entertaining game. So let's get right into it. Let's go and get the sights and the sounds as standard, and I'll speak to fans after the game and get their thoughts on the result. Let's go and enjoy.
It's Bloomers, and I had a different vantage point today from the Britannia stand in the middle block, and as you can see, the ref's performance was so poor I've still lost my voice, even though I'm sitting with people that are a little bit quieter. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not really going to say much about Ipswich today because we were okay. Certainly didn't deserve to lose the game, grew into it, second half looked good. No one really stood out, unfortunately. Bailey Clements, actually, a quick word for him because it was his, I think, first league start. He certainly played his the 90 minutes for the first time in the league today, and he didn't look out of place. So really good to see a local lad get his dues after impressing in midweek. But I don't often talk about refs because I'm not one that believes that they sort of factor into a game. But I don't know if it's this season or if it's been for a number of years. But when are the EFL going to realise that there's an epidemic on our hands of crap refs? Every single game there'll be a referee mistake when you watch an Ipswich game, and today was just he just didn't control the game at all. I mean, Oxford didn't help, and also, let's be honest, I'd be embarrassed to be from Oxford and Oxford fan anyways, but I'd certainly be embarrassed to be an Oxford fan watching that. If that's really what you watch every Saturday, I feel sorry for you. We've been there. I've seen Ipswich play like Oxford did in the Championship. You know, it wasn't fun then, but if that's really your aspirations, then I feel so sorry for you because that's a tough watch, and your team are an embarrassment to the division. And when you've got some bad teams in this division, that's saying something. You aren't getting anywhere near the top six. The referee, yeah, just absolutely horrendous. And again, it's not the first time this season, is it? Or the second, or the third, or the fourth. And you're going to hear probably more passionate responses about the referee from other people on this video. But yeah, I'll keep this one succinct. It's a problem and it's not going to change, but it should, because those referees aren't fit to do their job, and when that happens, it's clearly a problem on our hands. But hey, we didn't lose. On to the next game. Let's keep going, lads.
Right, it's Mike and Mark here.
Mark and Mike,
yeah. I think one of them games really where both teams probably felt they could have done a bit better. And a lot of people probably would have took a point coming into the game. It's probably a fair result on the reflection of play. I thought Oxford, up until the second half, were a very well organised team. Looked capable of playing on the counter as well as pressing us quite well when when we did have possession, but they let themselves down. And I think Carl Robinson came out in the week saying that they were going to be cautious. Well, they looked bloody scared of us in the second half, to be honest. I think some of their antics, I'm sure you'll see from some of the other guys the way they've been talking about this game. It's a real shame to see a side that's got such quality sink to that level, really. But what do you think of that one, Michael?
I think that both cup runs have taken all the momentum away now. We need to build that momentum. It looked a bit, from what I saw, our passing was a bit disjointed.
Yeah. It was that final ball, wasn't it?
A lot of balls were bouncing on the floor when they should have got a head on it. Yeah. And it was just like, come on, guys, get a foot on it.
Yeah.
And also when they were passing the ball around, it was like they're taking that moment to think about it when instead of just instinctively just passing it and it would have created an opening or something.
Yeah,
Rubbish. What is it?
consistently inconsistent.
Consistency.
Yeah. And worst part about today, I didn't even get my coffee club mug. I was scattered. I've got it on it's on order, but it hadn't arrived yet.
That'll be consistently full.
Inconsistently full.
Inconsistently full.
Yeah. Well, I am. You're more glass half empty, and I'm glass half full.
No. I'm an engineer. I like to make the glass to fit the juice.
Oh right. Okay. So what sort of glass have we got at the minute at Ipswich?
It's about a 3/4 pint.
3/4 pint. So nearly there. Nearly there.
I don't know how many litres that is.
But no, we go up to Sunderland next week. It's going to be a tough game.
Are you off to Oldham?
I'm not off to Oldham because I do.
You're off to another Justin Bieber concert.
I am. Yeah. He's very popular. Very good.
I like the artwork.
It's very good, isn't it? Yeah, it's good.
There's a few memories on the wall here.
Yeah. No, we go up to Sunderland. Real opportunity to really get back on the horse and put ourselves in the playoff fight. Really, you know.
I think if we play like Oxford against Sunderland, we could get a point.
Don't want a point, we want all three, Michael. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get it. Come on, boys, we'll bounce back.
Are we in the top half of the table now?
Yes.
Yes, David. I'm on a mission to avoid swearing, which is going to be hard. You may have heard me in the background swearing just a moment ago. Right, I'll get the mini rant. Well, not mini rant. I'll get the big thing out of the way. First thing, I hope Oxford never win another football match in their entire lives, go out to the bottom of the league, decapitate themselves and end up somewhere in the arse end of nowhere being nobodies, because I hate cheats and they were cheating. It's not gamesmanship, it's cheating, and it's a disgrace. I don't mind losing, I don't mind drawing to a team that's better than you. I don't mind losing or drawing if there's some sort of random fluke happens and you just balls it up. I object really strongly to coming up against sides which are basically just sodding cheats, which is what they were. The only reason they get away with being sodding cheats, though, is because the referee is a spineless piece of turd who should never be on a football pitch again in his life. If you go down and you've not got a head injury, you don't stop play. You stop play if there's a head injury, fair enough, that's a relatively new thing, but you stop play and I don't have a problem with that. But you don't stop play if you're just fannying around rolling on the floor because somebody stood on your big toe. Just stop it. They carried on playing, didn't kick the ball out, so it's obviously not that serious because they knew the referee was a spineless little turd and would do it for them. Absolutely, utterly pointless. That really gets up my nose. It gets up my nose several times. Corner, 5 rows in front of us, very, very clear. Referee again, spineless, brainless, blind, idiot. Very, very clear. Really, really cross about the whole thing, as you can tell. From our point of view, I'm going to do the calm bit now. Calm bit. Right? Our midfield is still dysfunctional. Evans is not the answer. What does he do? You know, both he and Morsey ghost around. Morsey had a couple of drives forward, but we don't have that creativity in there. We don't dominate that space. And if people are pushing up as they did very effectively on Burns, then you've lost your creative outlet wide. We are still looking for everything wide. Edwards has got no end product. So if Burns is being marked out of the game and you've got no midfield, you're struggling there. I'd put Fraser in. I thought Clements did really well. I thought we defended decently. The first half I thought was a tight game between two decent sides. Second half we started to get on top and they were cynical after that and they knew they'd got a spineless ref. We've got some problems. We didn't. Did we deserve to win? That's a hard one. Possibly. I think we were marginally better. Some half chances, but we need to solve left wing, and we need to solve the central midfield. And I don't think Edwards or Evans are the answer. I'm going to try and take that part of it, the constructive part, away rather than my ranty part, because I am absolutely sodding fuming.
Yeah, funny old game, quite entertaining, but I just don't really get Oxford. I didn't need to do that. They could have won the game. Fair enough doing it when you 1-0 up, but I don't get doing what they did at 0-0. Absolutely bizarre. The ref was shocking. Yes, he can control the game, play by his own rules, but here's not the reason what we drew that. Not the reason what we drew 0-0 is because we weren't as clinical as what we normally are. Normally really clinical when we get ball to the byline, but you had too many players off it. Burns was off it, Edwards, Selina, okay, but I thought Bon was really quite quiet today. So not really enough in them forward positions. I thought we defended well, really tight at the back, which is really good because Oxford, they can hurt you, which is just all the more baffling why they did what they did, because going in at half time, I felt they could nick it. So, yeah, I'm pleased that we've not lost any more ground on the playoffs. I'd love to have obviously gained some, but still a long way to go, and I'm confident we're going to batter Sunderland next week, because that's just the sort of thing we do. So, on to next Saturday.
Right, so I'm Matt. Disappointing result today. Two teams quite not at their best. Blunted each other out really. I thought the ref was a bit weak really in stopping the play a lot for Oxford players going down with cramp or whatever it might be. I wouldn't like to cast any aspersions on the sporting merit of those stops, but I think Bon was possibly a little bit off the pace today. Not poor, but not at his best. And I still think we're probably weaker down the left-hand side at the moment. We've not really nailed down a regular left back, and I think Edwards' end product still isn't great. So, yeah, a point at Oxford United when they are a promotion rival, it's nothing to be sniffed at. But given the start we've had to the season, that puts more pressure now for the Sunderland game next week. You want to be winning games against rivals and taking all the points off them, but we didn't lose the game. We've held out for a draw, so it's not a horrendous result, but I've seen better games this season, but I've seen worse, for sure.
So, evening to everybody. That was a long way to come from Cape Town in South Africa to watching it all draw. What can we say? Oxford certainly got, I think, what they came here for. Set up and epic shifthousery all the way through to the 95th minute. But Ipswich really were disjointed, weren't they? We seemed to lack the last pass. Edwards, I thought, ran his backside off, but was not able to deliver that final cross in. We seemed fragmented. I thought Burns was out of the game. They seemed to really cut him down to size in first and second half. Really difficult for Ipswich to make inroads. So yeah, disappointing. I wonder where to from here. I'm not sure what the booking means in terms of Morsey, whether he's out for the Sunderland game or whether he misses Oldham. But clearly, another booking for him today. No surprise really, but I would expect going up to Stadium of Light next week, it's going to be a really difficult graft. And there's not, where do you go from here? I'm not quite sure how we, the positives, I suppose, at left back, your man Clements, I thought had a really good game, thought he looked really assured. But I'm worried about the absence of Morsey. I'm worried about Bon seeming a bit off the pace today. And let's just hope that during the week, another run out at Oldham, it's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, it's going to be miserable up in Manchester way. So they're going to have to dig deep, because it's important that they get a result. It's important that they get a better performance and prove that goal scoring touch that we've seen over the last few weeks comes back. But I guess respect to Oldham for sticking in, getting the point that they came here for clearly. But better things hopefully in the weeks to come, and good luck against Ipswich and Oldham.
Hi, I'm James. I'm reacting to Ipswich 0, Oxford 0. Well, it was a little bit underwhelming, just because Oxford came in the second half and played exactly for 1 point, and unfortunately they got 1 point. A few of our players were off it today. I thought Wes Burns was a little bit off it today. I thought Burson Selina was a little bit off it today. We huffed and puffed, but unfortunately we couldn't make the breakthrough today. First half, I thought Oxford were an incredibly good side. I thought they were well drilled, well organised. They were playing the ball around really nicely, and it kind of reminded me of like Oxford for a few years now have been that really good side which play the ball around and probably edged the first half, in all honesty. But then half time came, and second half I thought we were a lot better. I thought we were sharper, we were more on it. We really nullified their threats. And because we nullified their threats, it meant that we had more of the play, we created more of the chances, and probably edged the second half. So to come away with only a point, it's a little bit disappointing, but all in all, still positive signs. On another day, we could have scored a couple. That's 2 0-0 draws at Portman Road in a row, which is ridiculous because we're such a free-scoring side up until now. But also 2 clean sheets. If everybody counts the Pizza Cup, I don't know if people do count that. Just a quick mention of the last 20 minutes. Oh my God, Oxford! What a bunch of cheats. The referee bore everything, which was really poor, really weak refereeing, I thought. League One refs are not good. And 5 minutes added on should have been longer than 5 minutes added on. And then we didn't even play anywhere near the 5 minutes which were added on. The ball was only in play for like a minute because Oxford kept going down again. So very frustrating. But all in all, we go again. We move on. Come on.
Segs here with my best man, Marcus, and Usher Zach here. Born in Oxford, but what do you really expect from a lot of people who read a lot of books? And obviously, take it away.
No, I mean, I don't know about you, Marcus, but I don't know why, I'm an Ipswich fan, you're not, and we're bringing you along. Feels like torture. Like, referee shocking, yeah, Oxford, stick to the boat race, poor, but they talk about, like, packing out Portman Road. I'm going to pack out the pub, because that was bloody awful. What about you, Marcus? Go for it.
Woeful, absolutely woeful. I thought first half they didn't really offer much. We looked like the better side. It's just too many long balls, only one idea, it didn't really work. Second half was a little better, started playing from the back a bit more, playing to feet. Certain players with good technical skill. They didn't offer anything, opposition wasn't class, it was just...
Boring Oxford. We get that fourth gear. We can't hit that full gear. We can't hit it. We can't. No. And this, we rev it up.
We're suited to play away from home.
Yeah,
this team is definitely suited to play away from home. It's happened against Bournemouth, happened against Wickham. This team is suited to get those goals away from home. Unfortunately, teams come here. It's happened today with Oxford again. We've seen it so many times. They come here, park the bus, and Oxford
they work us out, don't they?
They didn't want to win today. They didn't want to win today. Coming for the point. Honourable mention for Bailey Clements today. First full team debut, and I thought he played really, really well.
Good
I think Penny and Coulson are going to struggle to get back in the squad after that. Selena today, well.
I wish he'd have gone international.
Yeah, I wish he'd gone across over really.
He's class, but he's just
he wasn't there today, unfortunately, and Evans as well. A bit of a letdown.
He's just
us,
not good.
We move on Sunday next week. Their form isn't great at the moment, so we could go there. We could easily take them away from home, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. But today, rubbish.